I came to win.
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid.
Okay, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not... by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
What is it? 55.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And not the start he was hoping for there as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Derrick Henry. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Forced out to his left. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jamario Davis. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
A give to Kamara running right. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. And he's got his target. That's more. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27. Now Newton on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. There he goes left side. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready? 20.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. The Panthers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Newton. And that will be incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. On the return, Harris. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. It'll be a Saints 1st down on the pickup of 13.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Hill on 1st down. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Let's get off the field. Let's go.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team?
The ball comes out, and the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Come on, set, 50, plant. 54. Oh, you got deep? Snap.
Throwing on 3rd down. Hill. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Brian Burns in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And Lutz puts this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for the Panthers. 45 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Going up top. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now Newton on 3rd and goal. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Oh, he left this one out to the right. That's a bad miss. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Hill off the bootleg. And this throw will be intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try to run for it with Henry. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Trying to punch it in with Henry. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something that feels somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 30-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go look.
And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown one play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Saints take over first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gator.
Now Hill looking to throw on first. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A shotgun snap for Hill. Able to find Harris, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Kamara. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Set, 18 Gator. Recon, 132 fighter. Deep grip.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit, now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
It's going to be a long day. Out. Check 13. Check 13.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. Looking long for Thomas. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now, that turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
3 buds.
They run it again with Kamara. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, it's a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Hill. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad, 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. The busy night continues for Kamara. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On 3rd down, Murray. And an alley to run. Latavius Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Back to throw, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. After the sack on 1st down, Newton. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hogs and picking passes off.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for the Saints, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7.